Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep, and today I'm back with a value discussion on the black and white set Noble Victories. So with this set, it seems we're going to be a little bit back to normal as far as how these videos have gone in the past, because we actually have a decent amount of cards over $1, but it still is pretty obvious that black and white is definitely one of the more neglected generations as far as collecting goes, which isn't surprising, because pretty much that Generation 3 all the way through black and white, the amount of people within, the trading card game and collecting in general were fairly low. So, like always, I'll have links down below to this spreadsheet, as well as a playlist containing all my other value discussion videos, which include all of the Sun and Moon sets, all of the all of the X and Y sets, including like promos and all that stuff, and then all the Sword and Shields up to Vivid, Swords and Shield sets up to Vivid Voltage. Sorry, it's like 11 o'clock at night. And then I've done all the black and white sets up to Noble Victories, but eventually I'll complete black and white. So, and then time steps down below if you just want to skip straight to the graded card discussion. So just administrative information to start, and then I'll go over the spreadsheet or the Google sheet. This information is as of 21 June. So this week I actually kind of have like off, which is odd. Like it's not vacation. It's just like the way my work is worked out. I have a week, so I'm bored. So I figured I'd get a little bit ahead on the videos. So that's why the date's pretty close to the last one. You have some color coordination there, as well as the set was released 15 November 2011. Base card total 101, secret rare total 1, set total 102. I think that's a solid size set. Maybe add like a couple more secret rares and then like 20 to... I think the best size of set is like 125 to 150 base cards, and then max like 5 secret rares, but I think 2 to 3 is like perfect. But that's just me. Obviously, with the set Chilling Reign that just came out, we're far from that now. So, starting out with the left column, we have the card, very self-explanatory. If it's italicized, I own that card, and this set, Noble Victories, I actually own 0 cards from this set. Black and white base, I have a few like common cards, and same thing with Emerging Powers. Noble Victories, I have 0 cards from this set, and if it's in red, it'll be a card that I'm talking about today. Rarity, self-explanatory, the raw and TCG player is the market value on TCG player rounded down to the nearest dollar. Great at trying to find PSA 10s. I'm going to be honest, there was only like 1 or 2 CGC cards at all for Noble Victories. So as the sets get older, PSA will be a lot more common, even though it is still the most common for all sets. And then the sold price is the last sold listing price, rounded up to the nearest dollar, not including shipping. And then the date of sale is when that listing or auction ended. And then the PSA 10 population, the number on the left is the number of 10s, and the number on the right is the number currently registered with PSA. Obviously, there's a lot of NA in here because a lot of these cards shouldn't be grading, I'm going to be honest. So I'm not going to hit any of these cards that don't have any recent graded sold listings, but as you can see, a lot of them are barely graded or not graded at all, which I'm sure the people that graded them, it's because, it's like one of their favorite cards or something. I doubt anybody truly thought that this card was just, any of these cards were truly going to explode. You have some interesting, like, uncommon, even some common holo rares and rares in here. I know a lot of these, just reading the cards, they seem to be... You can make them work and expand it, especially, I believe, if I remember correctly, the Archeops is the one card that's, like, banned. Because if that card's on the field, its ability prevents, like, anybody from evolving Pokemon, which is a little bit overpowered, if you ask me. And then you have other ones. I think, like, the Hydreigon has that Dark Aura ability, which is kind of cool. And there's some other ones in here. The End Supporter card, of course, it's a solid card, but then it also has the full art within the set. So, yeah, I'm not going to go too much into these because, as far as graded sold listings, there's really not too much. And unfortunately, I don't go over the game mechanics too much. I know the PC or PTCG radio or whatever. I know he has like an ongoing series where he goes over the entire history of like all sets. So if you're looking for more of the competitive side or the TCG side of things, I know he does really good videos on those. But we'll start out with the Verizon, whatever you want to call it, the hammerhead, freaking grass shark, 4-legged deer, whatever you want to call it. Full art, PSA 9 sold for $75. I guess, what are these, the Swords of Justice, or like the Defenders of the Royal Kingdom? I don't freaking know what they're called. But yeah, they're the Generation 5 trio. Even though there's like 2 Generation 5 trios, but then this trio has like Victini added on. I don't know. It's... No, sorry. Has Keldeo added on. My bad. Sorry, I'm getting things confused. But the Virizion full art, PSA 9, $75. Not a ton graded. It's kind of similar how to X and Y, the ratios for 10s were pretty low. And for black and white, the ratios are generally below 50%, and there's not a ton graded because black and white just wasn't that popular. And I feel like a lot of people will try to get a hold of these cards now, and they're just hard to find, or at least in good condition. Because I know a lot of people that were collecting during this time, they weren't like investing or doing any of that stuff with these cards. Like they were just straight up collecting them or using them to play the game. Like, you know, you have some people when base set first came out, you're gonna have a bunch of protective people, and now with all the investors and flippers in the card game, now you're gonna have a lot of people like ultra protecting the cards. But I'm sorry, during black and white era, there wasn't very many people that did that. We have the Terrakion Full Art, PSA 9 sold for $41, and that was recently in June. Honestly, nothing too special about this card. I mean, these full arts are okay, but they're definitely not my favorite full arts. The Victini Full Art in a 9 selling for $125. That one's not bad. One of the more popular cards in the set, the second most graded within this set. Victini has a lot of cards within this set, a regular rare and 2 holo rares, so yeah, Victini definitely got some love within this set. And I think Victini's featured on a lot of the like pack arts and the booster box and everything. Got the Cobalion. So Cobalion. I feel like a lot of these have multiple pronunciations, but whatever. PSA 9 sold for $75. Not bad, really nothing special. Out of these three, I don't know which one would be my favorite. I would either say the Virizion or Cobalion. I don't really like Terrakion that much, even though the typing's kind of cool, but... Then you have the Meowth Secret Rare. This card, my favorite card in the set, easily. Very beautiful. Kind of going on how, like, in the last set, or no, was it? Yeah, it was base set that had the Pikachu Secret Rare. I don't know why Emerging Powers didn't have a Secret Rare. Like, that could have gave it, like, a lifeline. But I think they were just, like, Emerging Powers, screw you. So, yeah. Really screwed Emerging Powers with no Secret Rare. This set, they went back to it. And this card's just really nice because it has the coin... like emblem or whatever you want to call it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot the item. It was like the item that you'd always have attached, not like the lotto coin. Lucky coin. Oh my gosh. Dang it. I would always have it on my Pokemon because you would make double the money whenever you have that item like attached to whatever Pokemon's in front of your party, but whatever. Yeah. Meowth, and then Meowth has that move that it can send out a coin and then you get extra money at the end of the it's not like Lucky Day or something. I can't remember. Shoots the coin out. Payday. That's the move. I can't remember what the item is. Sorry, I'm just like rambling on with my bad memory late at night. PSA 10, $290. It's the most graded card within this set. And with good reason. I feel like this is a card that not a lot of people know about, but as more and more people have been getting into collecting, people don't want to be mainstream. So it's like, oh, let me look at some old sets and see what kind of cool cards there are. And this Meowth was probably one of them that came up. I've like seen this card before, but I've never really done a deep dive on it, and now that I have, it is a nice card. I wouldn't mind getting it someday, but yeah. And then the N Supporter Full Art. Very few males in the full art form do well, but N is one of them. And the thing is, I think a lot of people are in agreement that N is probably one of the best antagonists slash villains slash ends up being your friend. Like, I don't know. He's a very interesting villain. I really like the way he was written in Generation 5, even though I didn't even like Generation 5. But very, very, very nice. Very nice. PSA 10, $309. Most expensive card within this set. Ungraded and graded. I imagine if Victini was in a 10, it would get kind of close to this. Maybe like $200, $250. But the other ones, I don't see them going over $200. But there's only two 10s, the Meowth and the End Supporter card. And yeah. Overall, very simple set, very straightforward set. Probably the best set that we've gone over so far. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. I won't determine that right now, because when I finish a series of sets, I always do like a ranking of them, which I find pretty fun, because it's like a nice summary. I didn't do averages again, because there's just not a lot of content. Like, I only do PSA 10s, and there was one PSA 10 Secret Rare and one PSA 10 Ultra Rare, and to me, an average seems silly if there's only one data point. But Noble Victories by far has the most cards over $1, so yeah, that's not bad, at least for the black and white series of sets. Couldn't find a master set for sale. There was a bunch of like full, reverse holo sets and like a bunch of bulk, selling for 10, 20, 30 bucks. Booster pack was averaging. I've saw listings for 70, 50, 55, 45, so I just put it about $55 per pack, which based on the other black and white packs, that's not too bad. And then a booster box recently sold for $2,100. Which I think is a little bit less than the base base set. I think base sold for, what, 24 or something like that? 23. So, yeah, not bad overall. So, yeah, that's pretty much the set. Pretty simple. Hopefully this one's a little bit shorter. I did ramble a good amount, but sorry if there's an R in parentheses. That just means it's the reverse. And as far as collectible tiers, I'd put the End Supporter full art, the Meowth, and the Victini full art, like, in the mid tier. There's nothing here that's worthy of the high tier. And then the rest of the full arts I would put in the low tier. And there's really nothing else super collectible in here. There's some cards that are good within the expanded format of the game. Some interesting ones, some banned ones, which is kind of funny. I didn't realize the set was that loaded with this many cards that, you know, people frequent. Like, I mean, you have a Trubbish common card, which I think its ability is to something like garbage collection, if I remember correctly, and you can, like, remove... I think it's you can take one card off your discard pile and put it back on the top of your deck. Or I can't remember what the actual ability is, but it's something like that. It seems fairly useful if you got, you know, a few Trubbish chilling around. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. If it's your second video of mine, consider subscribing. If you like what you saw, leave a like. If you don't like what you saw, give me some feedback down below on how I can improve, or just give me a dislike, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Yeah, I've been trying to post these on Thursdays, so this should be the last video of the week unless I post a short on Fridays. I have been throwing in a short every now and then if I have some content that I don't think is worthy of an entire video, but I think it's still worthy of like showing to y'all. So yeah, thanks again so much for your time, and I wish you guys the best of luck in your collecting goals.